Hey, Queenie.
Hey, Doc, how are you?
I am doing fantastic. How are you? Happy Monday.
Thank you very much. Happy Monday to you. It looks like you're actually on location.
I am on location of the greenhouse.
Wow,
So yes, I thought I'd take a little break here and chit chat with Queenie.
that is amazing. And that looks more like a green world instead of a greenhouse. That is quite a undertaking, it looks like. Holy moly.
Yeah, we're about 75% done, maybe a little higher than that, but we're getting there. We're getting closer and closer every day. I've had a good friend, Mr. Hell, helping us out. He's been a lifesaver because I don't think I could have done it. I had in my head, I could do it with the kids, but this has been quite a challenge.
Well, it looks like actual construction projects. So my goodness. And it looks like you've got your supervisor out there too.
Yes, she's walking around chasing me every time I get up and move.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh. So when we say what's been happening in the life of the world of Doc, that is behind you. Is that correct?
Yes, I've been doing this now for 3 weeks straight, like every day.
Wow. Good news is Kansas City weather's glorious. So
Oh,
it's been wonderful.
I'm hoping I saw the weather for tonight. It's supposed to rain, and I'm hoping we could get one more day of sunshine. So everything will dry because we've been sealing the roof. I have the top half of the greenhouse to paint. So, but that dries pretty quickly, but still it would be nice to have one more dry day.
Yeah.
So we can just.
Of course, everybody else is praying for rain. So,
oh, my kids are going, oh, yay, it's cold. And I'm like, no, that's not good.
yeah.
Not
They
good.
don't understand why it's not good, mommy. Yeah.
So gotta at least get the door on the greenhouse, and then maybe it can get a little cooler.
Okay. Is the door on the greenhouse happening today?
Hope so. We'll see. Let's see if I can give you. I can't really see because my picture is like this
No,
big.
I can see. No, we can see the whole greenhouse behind you, and Hal is hanging from a ladder, so we've got it covered. So yeah.
It's a real live construction zone. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is awesome. That really seriously is. I love that piece. One of the things I wanted to share today is the very awesome community spirit that continues with the Doc and Queenie family. And I love that. I am sure that you've been watching a lot of the interaction that goes on with our Facebook friends, and that is super cool. And especially with Kitchen Garden Expert and your videos, and definitely your Instagram reels. Holy moly. To be able to follow you along. What's Doc doing today? Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I didn't mean to ask that. You just go to Instagram reels and you can find out. So that has been super fun to see you do that.
Well, and thank you. And likewise, you guys at HNP had a huge, big, fantastic day on Friday. So I hear.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Some of our faithful friends like Miss Debbie Miller, I heard, was a big wig.
She is not only a big wig, but she won one of the top major prizes. She was in the top 5 of Global Happiness Summit referral ticket purchasers. And
wow.
so, yeah, so she is a very big deal. And it was very fun to be able to celebrate with her. And of course, she is doing every single thing correctly on LinkedIn and Facebook as far as posting and tagging and keywords. And she's just seriously rocking it. And it's so cool to see. And I have, she actually got to go in the VIP room with us at the very end of the event. And Darius from Happy Video Marketing, which is called dub.com, was in there also. And I said, Darius, did you know that we have actually nicknamed our beautiful friend Debbie Miller as Debbie Dub because she's doing so great with your Dub videos? And he just beamed because certainly he had heard that. But Debbie has done so great with her videos. And if you have not seen her YouTube channel yet, it's Ken and Debbie Miller, all spelled out on YouTube. And she's already got several subscribers, and several of her YouTube videos are on there now from Dub. And it's just one of those kind of things when you get to celebrate the successes of other people. And by the way, I just left one of our other meetings, and several people who attended the Global Happiness Summit on Friday were so excited to be part of this community. Some of them had never heard of it before. They fell into it, so to speak. and they have
That's cool.
applied to be co-hosts in several of our events. So two of them have already been approved just since Saturday, if you can imagine. And so we'll be interviewing and orientating several of the newbies into their roles as co-hosts throughout the community. So it's just, I just can't believe the trajectory, if you will, of how things go from, I'd really like to go to, oh my gosh, I'd like to do this. And now I'd like to volunteer. And it's just incredible how people's growth, you can just kind of almost see it happening behind the scenes.
Well, and Debbie especially, I've watched her over the past year change and grow. And we always talk about it. It's always about consistency, and she just keeps going. She just keeps going.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, since you said that, I'm sure she was ready to shoot me, but at one of our posting parties for theworldwidechamber.com, Debbie was on there. And so I thought, she's so good at so many facets of these posting parties and how to up your profile and all that stuff. And I said, Debbie Miller is now going to show us how to this. I hadn't given her any notice. I hadn't even thought of it ahead of time. And I literally went, bye-bye. And I turned my screen off and she took over. And it was so cool to see that. She hasn't spoken to me since, but it really was a great training event. But I really do mean it. It's one of those kind of things I personally feel when you're in any type of a role, leadership or peers or whatever that looks like, if you are, if it's all about you from a standpoint of if you leave, everything collapses, that's probably not a good thing. And so everyone needs to be able to do every part of everything. Now, of course, I'm saying that while I'm staring at the greenhouse because I already know my limitations. So do not ever think that that's going to happen without you, Dr. Laura. But if we are in different roles and things like that, people have to be able to take over if you can't be there. So
Right.
It really is a cool thing. Debbie's done.
Well, and as we learn, like you just said, you know what your limitations are. I know what my limitations are, and that's why Hal is helping.
Yeah. See, that works. Yeah, that really
So.
does. That seriously works. And it's one of those things. I know that you met Hal at one of the church events that you go to, and you know, you just can't outgive God. I mean, when I hear about people saying, oh, this or oh, bummer that, or oh, something else that, I always think, you know, we serve a miracle working God. He ain't with us yet, my friends. We woke up today. We get to breathe. Hopefully we get to walk while we're doing that, hopefully. And it's just a very cool thing. You just can't outgive God, and he is still in the miracle working business.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. You know, and I see it with, you know, we'll take the greenhouse since it's been a biggie for us the past month. It's been a long haul, but he's provided. He's provided with Hal. We had a couple of other people help us out to get all the walls up. And we've learned and we've grown from it. Patience is a big one. It's definitely been patience.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. I'm really good at that one. OMG. I'm really good at that one.
And it's the good old punt and pivot, because remember I told you October 1st was my goal to have it all done. Well, I did not realize, you know, exactly what that meant. We gave it our best shot. But you know, we're learning, and we punt and pivoted many times.
But think about that. Your goal was October 1 to have it up. A, it looks up to me, but B, this is only the 10th. And for many of us, especially weather, quite frankly, no offense, I happen to know for a fact some of those days were brutally hot, even for someone like me who absolutely adores summer. And to do physical manual labor like you guys have been doing, that can't be an 8-hour situation, I wouldn't think. And then a couple times we actually did get the R word, and not much of it, but I know more is coming. But it's back to that same drill. You can't do what you do in the rain because the roof wasn't on, and you can't do what you do in the severe heat because all that glass is just steaming the heat in. And so I think you've done fantastic. And what if the date is October 15th? I mean, that's only 2 weeks. Think about people who set goals and I'm going to this, I'm going to that, and I'm going to do it by October 1. And then they miss the date. And what do they do after that?
They give up.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, we're not giving up, are we, Hal?
No.
We're not giving up.
He's a celebrity now. Yoo-hoo! But I really do mean it. You can't give up. And so you've got a goal, and think about this in Q4. This is a perfect time to talk about that. We've got 3 months left in the year, my friends, 3 months left in this year. And if you had a goal that you started January 1 and you haven't accomplished it yet, not only do you still have 3 months, but what happens if you take that goal, just like you said, Dr. Laura, with the consistency thing? And nobody's going to probably have a problem if you take that goal to 2023. We're almost there.
Right, exactly. So Queenie,
Uh-oh, yes.
I know you love Mondays.
I
Like you've been having-
do.
I actually ran into the Ace Hardware here in our little town. They know me now.
They know, I was going to say they have to know you by name.
Yeah, there's the Ace helpful hardware man, Mr. Scott is his name. And Brenda checks me out. And I said to Brenda, I said, hey, how you doing today? And she goes, I love Mondays. And I'm like, really? And she goes, yes, I really do like Mondays. And I said, I've got a friend that loves Mondays. So you are not the only one.
I'm glad to know that. I am super glad to know that. Yeah, and I bet your people at all these hardware stores go, hey, Laura, hey, Doc, what's up?
Yeah. Well, I look for Mr. Scott and, he solved a problem today. So I learned that they don't make decking screws past 4 inches long. So we had to buy a different type of screw.
See there, if you would have just asked me, I could have told you that. Uh-huh. You know, that's right. You just muted yourself. There you go.
All right.
It's all right. You're good now.
Okay. Yeah, I had a call pop up and
Okay.
I got rid of it. So,
Somebody,
yeah.
you're not taking calls on Monday.
No, I don't take calls on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. And
maybe Friday if I'm feeling nice.
Yeah.
So do we have a wheel that we need to take care of today, Queenie?
Oh my gosh, we do indeed, Doc. I think this is the coolest thing ever, honestly. And all I need to do is find it, which would be good. But I really seriously, for those of you watching with us live or certainly on the replay, in August, when we celebrated 2 years of DQ, Doc and Queenie starting our 3rd year, we thought it would be fun to incorporate the wheelofnames.com into our weekly chat here, because Doc is so great at some things. I am so great at some things. And together we are both great at some things. So we added great at, and that way we can share with you some of the things that we have learned. And let's see what pops up. Aha, this is huge. I don't know if you can see it or in the sunshine, but I don't know if you have ever heard of hashtags before.
That's an interesting thing.
Uh-huh.
What do you know about hashtags, Queenie?
Well, actually, I came from a posting party a bit ago with the worldwidechamber.com. And that's one of the things that we actually were talking about. The gentleman who was on there helps with Google Business Profile that has taken over Google My Business as far as how to get the word out about your company. Google Business Profile is what they call it now. And so he was talking also about hashtags. So if you don't think hashtags are important and or work, go to Google and type in, let's even say plumbers in Kansas City. Let's type in hardware stores in Kansas City. Let's type in anything that you're searching for, and the names come up according to how active that person is and how they've ranked. And some of them have gotten ratings and some of them had paid for their ad spot. Then you type in hashtag posting party, one word, and see what comes up on a Google search. So once you see what comes up on a Google search, you will probably be surprised that it, quote, actually works just by search engine optimizing your posts that you do on a daily basis. When you type in hashtag kitchen garden expert, what do you think comes up, Doc?
I think kitchen garden expert comes up, Queenie.
There you go. And I think your Instagram is the first one, and then your website is the second. Is that right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
How did you get that to work?
I have hashtagged everything I post, whether it's an Instagram, Facebook post, LinkedIn post. It's all over my newsletters. It's all over everything I write. So it's everywhere. kind of like the Miracles with Water for you, or Cathy Weaver KC, or Posting Party, or HNP. Yeah, it's all dependent on what I'm posting. But I always have my top three are Kitchen Garden Expert, hashtag Kitchen Garden Expert, hashtag Garden Doc 7, and hashtag Diary of a Greenhouse. So just like you with Kangen, hashtag water, hashtag HNP, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
Now,
And it's consistency.
What does the hashtag do?
The hashtag brings a person, if they're looking for a greenhouse, for example, it might pop up even on the Diary of a Greenhouse. The word greenhouse is in Diary of a Greenhouse. If they are looking, it basically brings you to either the website or an Instagram account. It's just dependent on what they're looking for. But it's, as you know, you can go on Google and it will list different areas. And also the number of times you use it makes a big difference. So when I'm doing my hashtags on my greenhouse, I will hashtag DIY. That's a biggie. That's like 27 million people have used that. So that will actually bring my audience to me, because there's at least maybe one person that might be interested in a Diary of a Greenhouse.
Yes, and seriously, for all of our friends listening live or certainly on the replay for Doc and Queenie, it is literally all about the algorithm and the algorithm tracking and the algorithm piecing and the algorithm keywords and the algorithm hashtags and all of those things really, really, really does matter. And consistency, Doc, just like you said, you have to post on Facebook, you have to post on LinkedIn, you have to post as many places as you can, and not necessarily a copy paste of the post. You have gotten so creative with taking a picture of something at a diagonal, and then you post a reel that is similar to that, and then you put something on LinkedIn. Your consistency piece lies within your hashtags, it looks like, but your pictures and your videos are always different.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. I've got a wonderful business that I can expand it, but I can just take a piece of garlic, for example, and, have a different picture of the garlic across 3-4 different platforms. But like you said, it's the algorithm with the hashtags that is the most important part. People do like to look at your pictures, but I think the hashtags are the most important part. Would you say?
1,000,000%. And that's why for us to be on Doc and Queenie Facebook Live every Monday at 5 is really important for consistency. Because just think about, just like our friend Delinda Lane, you've been on several of her shows on Tuesdays. And so we're back to that same drill. Consistency really does matter. Delinda's been doing this about 5+ years now for her Tuesday morning show with Fun, Fearless Female Global Community of Christian Women. It's consistency. You expect to see that person with her guests, and certainly you as co-host, Doc, and Lisa Fredrickson as a co-host. You expect to see her at that particular time, and it's in your brain. Certain people who shall remain nameless even put it in their calendar so they don't forget. And the next thing you know, now you're doing Doc and Queenie Facebook Live. You don't want to miss that. And then what happens if we have a guest on Doc and Queenie Facebook Live? What happens if we have a Doc and Queenie guest live and we put that on Facebook Live to give more promotion, more edification to our guest? It really is consistency.
Yes. And I have a question for you. How long would you say you've been using hashtags?
Effectively, maybe a year. Before, not knowing what I was doing, I don't know, 2 or 3 years maybe.
And can you say you've noticed traffic to your website or phone calls for your business?
Gosh, yes. That's a perfect point. When people call and say, I want to talk to you about Kangen water, I usually know that they haven't heard of it before. But I say, oh, I'm happy to help you with that. How did you hear about me? And I always say that because obviously, if it's a referral from you, I put your ID number on the application. If it's a referral from any of my other family of Kangen water, I put their ID number on the application so they get the commission. That's how I roll. But if they say, I found you on Google, instead of just letting that roll, I say, do you remember what you were searching for when my name popped up? Had they heard of Miracles with Water? Up comes my name, my house, my address, my all of that. I've done a Google business page for that reason. And you need to have an opportunity for them to have a platform to review you. So you needed a physical address. Then the next thing, if they looked up water, if they looked up healthy water, all of those